Euphoria was a very curious show when it came out on HBO, because at first it looked like yet another teen drama just with an HBO twist on things, and starring the one and only Zendaya. But in fact, it was a very emotional and sometimes grisly look at how relationships can be at times, what choices we make to try and make our lives better, and more. It stirred up a lot of people for various reasons, and now that season 2 is here, people are curious as to how everything will play out. So allow us to tell you everything you need to know about Euphoria Season 2. Number 3. The teases of the new season. There were a lot of teases for Euphoria Season 2, not the least of which was the trailer that came out a bit before the season premiere that we'll detail later. The trailer begins with Rue happily singing along to the classic song Call Me Irresponsible, before things take a dark turn, as Zendaya's voiceover says, "When you're younger, everything feels so permanent. But as you get older, you begin to realize nothing is. And everyone you love can drift away." Fleeting glimpses of scenes from the new season, Rue running from the police, Eric Dane's Cal Jacobs driving angry, with his head bandaged, a figure with a gun, reveal that there are certainly going to be some dramatic storylines to come. Shooting for Season 2 took place this past summer, following delays imposed by the pandemic. Eric Dane revealed to Deadline during a Grey's Anatomy interview on April 1st that production was back up to speed. We're actually starting now on Season 2. I think I don't start shooting for a couple weeks, but we are. I'm sure we're going to get this out as soon as we can. We've set a pretty high bar. I'm very proud of that show. Everybody involved is very proud of that show. He also told in Kansas City, "It's the best job I've ever had. It keeps me challenged every day. It keeps me engaged." By the way, the best job I've ever had is the job I'm currently working on. Sam Levinson is an auteur. He gets it. I love the words he writes. I love the cast and the dynamic we have. There's an alchemy to it. I started getting, well, not bored with the roles, but I started feeling like this is just not me. I don't feel like the captain of a naval destroyer or a plastic surgeon all the time. Everybody is a little broken, and to be able to explore that without having to deal with the real-life consequences is a gift. He also teased the new season. I would consider Euphoria as my big break. People didn't expect too much from me before Euphoria. Still, the jury is going to be out on me for a while. Before Euphoria, people just thought I was square jaw, perfect hair, and adequate vocabulary. Season 2 is going to blow your mind. Blow your mind. Chatting on Jimmy Kimmel Live in August, Jacob Elordi, Nate said, "We're shooting right now. I was filming yesterday. I'm filming tomorrow. It's insane. It's insane, but it's like a completely different show. There have been 2 bridge episodes, Trouble Don't Last Always, and Fuck Anyone Who's Not a Sea Blob, which have given us something to mull over while we wait for those new episodes to arrive. And these weren't the only teases to how heavy this second season was going to be." Number 2, Zendaya teases the new season. Zendaya is not just the lead in Euphoria as Rue, but she's gotten a lot of praise for her acting in the series. And she was very happy when Euphoria 2 not only got renewed, but when she finally got to start acting in it again. The actor responded to the show's renewal on Twitter writing, "Literally just got the call. Can't say thank you enough for the support we've seen. Wow." It's a difficult season. I'm kinda in the middle of it, she told Teen Vogue in July. "I had like a 2:30 a.m. wrap time last night. We're in the thick of it. But you know, the show was intense, and it's very personal to not only ourselves and all the people who work on it, but also to other people who have been able to relate so deeply to the characters, or see their experiences being reflected through Rue. So we take that very seriously. And it's definitely challenging. It's a challenging season. It's gonna be hard and it's gonna be devastating sometimes, but I think Rue really deserves all of that care when it comes to her character, because I think she represents a lot for so many people. And I hope to make those people proud with our depictions of Rue and where all the characters go. I think this season's not going to be easy though. It's not going to be a fun watch, I don't think. Sometimes. While that may not sound like something you'd expect a lead actor to say, Euphoria, not unlike many shows on HBO, isn't afraid to go dark in regards to showcasing how people aren't the best, or how relationships can very easily devolve into something much worse. or how relationships literally affect every aspect of our lives. Euphoria was so beloved in its first season, and season 2 seems to be aiming towards that same thing. In fact, ahead of the premiere, Zendaya shared a trigger warning for fans on Instagram, writing, "This season, maybe even more so than the last, is deeply emotional and deals with subject matter that can be triggering and difficult to watch. Please only watch it if you feel comfortable. Take care of yourself and know that either way you are still loved and I can still feel your support." Number 1, the season premiere. But what exactly happened in the season 2 premiere? Well, we learned a lot about Fez, so there's that. He finally gets the cold open treatment in a flashback sequence where we learn that his grandma indoctrinated him into his unlawful business. Ashtray even gets a backstory. Grandma Fez took him as collateral for a drug deal, and his mom never came to pick him up. Ashtray means that he chewed on a cigarette as a baby. At the end of the intro, we find out that Ashtray killed Fez's dealer with a hammer, prompting the opening adventure in which Rue, Fez, and Ashtray have to pay the dealer above that dealer a visit. And as a result, everyone got naked. You knew it was coming, don't lie. The premiere swings back Fez's way near the end as he chats up, you probably also didn't guess this, Lexi, and smashes in Nate's face with a bottle of Tito's. Speaking of Nate, he is back to relatively moderate level of teen villain chaos, chugging beers while pushing 110 miles per hour, hooking up with his best friend's ex, Cassie, and doing back-to-back-to-back shots of whiskey. Plus, you wouldn't think really that they'd kill off Nate in the first episode of this season, but watching a bunch of Euphoria partiers pull Nate away in their arms with cutting crews, "I just died in your arms," is enough to wonder. Unless Jacob Elordi lied to us in his Esquire interview, Nate will be around for at least a little bit longer. He teased more time at the Jacobs household in season 2, so maybe we'll find out the identity of his little brother after all. As for our main heroes, Rue and Jules, after their reunion gone wrong in Jules' bridge episode, they circle each other at the New Year's Eve party until they share a brief conversation, where Rue admits that she relapsed the night of the train station incident and that she still wants to be with Jules. In a mesmerizing, weirdly lit slow-mo scene that's classic Euphoria, Rue and Jules kiss. We'll have to wait until the next episode to see whether that means they'll actually try out long distance while Jules is at college, but considering that we glimpse Rue dragging around Fez's drug-stuffed suitcase in Season 2's trailer, we're betting that she might be too deep in trouble to make it work. We don't want to spoil anything beyond the premiere, so if you want to find out what happens next, you can watch the episodes on HBO Max. The premiere scored huge for HBO and their streaming platform, so it's going to be interesting to see how this all ends. So, what do you think? What do you think of this look at Season 2 of Euphoria and what happened in its premiere? Are you intrigued enough to go and enjoy the rest of the season as it unfolds? Do you think that there is something big on the horizon for this show that could very well change how people think about it once again? What's your favorite part of the series? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you next time on the channel.